Melanie, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us, and I look forward to a chat.
Nice to see you too. It's been a really busy, happy week, and I'm grateful actually to take a moment to just sit with you for a few minutes.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive in. As CEO of the Insights Association, and with the release of the new IA U.S. Market Report, how do you see the role of market research and insights evolving over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, it's a really, really crazy, interesting time in the profession, and I have the privilege of sitting in sort of the catbird seat, right? I get to see and hear and understand a lot of things that oftentimes when you're in your own firm and you're inside the walls of your own company, you don't see the broad landscape. And so I am so grateful that I have the opportunity to see that landscape. The landscape is crazy challenging right now. It can appear to be somewhat static and stable on the surface, and then you get underneath it, and it's like a duck's feet paddling underwater really, really, really fast. Furiously. And the crazy part, too, is you can see a number like 7.6% growth in the U.S. That's really diverse across segments, and then it's really diverse in the segments. There's winners, there's losers, and what's really interesting is that the winners and losers are defined by one really important thing, and that's a super clear message that of a product and service that solves a pain point and delivers value. But there's so much going on in the profession, so much noise. Crafting that really good message is very hard, and figuring out how to get that message to the brands who are doing the buying, also very hard. So the winners and losers are figuring out how to craft that message and break through the noise and get their message. They're trying very new sales techniques, and even some old ones. Like, for instance, people are saying that coming to the events used to be less important because they could break through on email. They can't break through on email anymore. They really need to come to events to meet people.
That's right. Yeah.
And so it's just all changing. What's old has become new. What's new has become old. And people are having to get super creative, which I love. Like, I love these kinds of big change and transformation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a super fun time in the profession. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can feel it in the energy level here too.
Yeah,
It's up. It's great.
Yeah, and I would say also what's really changing is that we've moved from measurement to foresight. Like, we're not measurement people anymore. That's a part of what we do, but it's almost like saying we're data collection people. Like, we're not just measurement people and tracker people and numbers people. We better be able to take that set of data and deliver an insight that delivers an impact that hits the balance sheet.
Yeah.
And so that's what's really changing. In 5 to 10 years, we'll have all new tools, all new kinds of data, and we'll be delivering impact, not just measurement and not just stats.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what do you consider the biggest challenges facing the insights and analytics industry today?
Yeah.
And how is the Insights Association helping its members navigate them?
Yeah, I think there's two challenges. One is trust. There's so much going on with data quality, and then there's also so much going on with data creation and AI and the types of data that we're working with, that there's just this, and it's normal when new techniques and new tools come out for people to be skeptical, but for us it's heightened by the regular data quality issues that we also face. So the industry and the buyers and the world at large and the participants in research, we're at a bit of a crisis with trust, and so it's really important that we hang on ethics, that we invest in tools, and that we're super transparent all along the path. So that's Insights Association is setting all kinds of rules and regulations and standards, and we're also holding really important conversations, letting people talk about what's important. So trust is a bit of a crisis point. It's a solvable problem, but it takes a lot of work and consistency. Trust is quickly broken, healable, but it usually takes longer to heal than it does. And the other sort of real challenge is just the shifting role that AI is playing and how confused people are by it. Is it just a backroom tool? Is it also a way to create data? Is that data reliable data? What's the black box around the data? Where does the data come from? Do I have the rights to use it? So those are the two biggest challenges. but they're also the two biggest opportunities.
Yeah.
I was my mentor once told me that my greatest strength is also my greatest weakness. My greatest weakness can also be my greatest strength. I feel that way about the trust and the AI challenge, that it is our greatest opportunity and our greatest challenge. We just have to be careful to invest wisely, be consistent, and be ethical in the way we approach it, but use it in a way that really delivers impact and build those case studies, and we're just going to crush it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting because you do see the continuum along AI of I'm totally embracing it. There's really great stuff here to
Yeah.
just absolute anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
When you think of the vibe across the industry, are we moving in the right direction there? Like, where do we sit?
Yeah, we are. And if you think about any adoption curve on technology, it always starts with the early adopters, and then you've got the curve in the middle, and then you've got the laggards at the end. We're there, and we started with the really early adopters, and we've moved out of just really early adopters, and we've got some mainstream adoption now, especially in the back office operational elements.
Yeah.
And then we're getting some really good adoption, like the digital data and analytics segment grew at 12.9% last year.
Yeah.
Far outpaced the others. So brands are adopting it like crazy. So we're going to have to adopt it for more than just an operational tool. We're going to have to adopt it for an actual insights tool.
Right.
And we're moving that way, but there will always be laggards.
That's right. Yeah, always.
Don't be a laggard.
So with AI and big data and new research methodologies transforming insights generation, what opportunities and risks are most pressing for professionals in the field?
Yeah. So the interesting thing about AI is that every time you mention an issue, it's also an opportunity. It's also a challenge. So every time you talk about the really cool way of being able to build stacks of data, that's such a big opportunity, but it's also a massive challenge because as a profession, we're not used to dealing with stacks of data and integrating data and creating these massively round data sets. So that is the first one, though, massive stacks of data that tell a much rounder story. So I can ask somebody why they did something. I can also append with permission and ethics and right to use their behavioral data. I can go back into my system and see their actual purchasing data over time if I'm on the brand side. I can just, and then I can build a model that sits on top of it and that can create these really beautiful insights. Now, insights professionals are still needed to understand, was that data that I use representative? Does it represent the right audience? Is it fit for purpose for the challenge and business challenge that I'm trying to address? And then taking that and turning it into an action plan that can actually be implemented into an org. So again, that's a new thing that insights professionals are going to have to get really good at, taking the data and moving from it's an interesting insight to how do I activate it, and how do I plant it into an organization. They're going to have much rounder business skills. They're going to have to understand product life cycles and balance sheets and investment strategies and the whole cycle of business in order to take that insight and turn it into a balance sheet item. But so opportunity and challenge. Opportunity and challenge around transparency. How much do I tell them? How much do I not tell them? How much do I tell respondents, participants? How much do I tell participants about the AI that I'm using? Enough so that they feel well informed, but not so much that I scare them,
right,
or that they shut down because they don't understand it. So big opportunity there, also big challenge. All of AI is that way right now. There's these giant opportunities. Data quality, massive opportunity with AI for data quality, massive challenge with AI for data quality, because the very tools that we're using to improve our stuff, they're using to make their lives, they're attacking us with it. Yes. We had such an interesting conversation in our board meeting about whether or not participants should be able to use AI when they're taking surveys. And the one side of the room said, no, that's fraud. And the other side of the room said, that's like saying that you can't use your phone, or you can't use your car, or you can't use your iWatch. Like, these are technology tools that they're starting to use in their everyday lives. Right. So why wouldn't we expect them to use it some when they're trying to articulate how they're feeling about a subject? So great opportunity, great challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the issues are straddling the fence right now.
It makes for a fun time.
It does.
Okay, so the IA just announced and launched its brand refresh. So tell us about that.
I am so excited about our brand refresh. It feels so in my role, I like to tell people sometimes I feel like the commissioner of baseball, and I don't get to actually play the ball game as much as I'd like to anymore. But in doing the brand refresh, I got to get back on the field and like do some actual research. And so we started this whole exercise by really listening to the profession and asking them, what do you want from Insights Association? We're different. We're the trade association. We're not a media company. What do you want from us? And the response was very clear. We want to know what's next. We want to know what's happening. We want to know what's coming. And we want to know what we should be thinking about for 2 to 3 years from now. We want to know what's changing. And we want you to do that in a way that's more content driven. And oh, by the way, it's time for your brand to have a refresh and your website's terrible. So we took all that in. I mean, that's what research tells you. It tells you what they want and it tells you what's broken. So we took all of that in and we did a complete refresh. But it's more than just an aesthetic. It's a new challenge to serve this great industry in an even better way than we have over the past 75 years that MRA, from when MRA first began to where Insights Association is now. It's a call to action to help this profession figure out what's happening around them and how they can survive and thrive. Yeah, so that's what it is. So it's Insights Association new logo, tagline, value proposition, website, and a new order of business for the way we conduct ourselves.
That's great.
Yeah, I love
I know
it.
it's not just aesthetic, but it looks great. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really good.
And I'm on brand. I'm wearing my purple dress. Thank you.
So looking back on your extensive career, from research roles to CEO, what experiences shaped your leadership style, and what advice do you have for emerging researchers?
Yeah. My leadership style is very much about curiosity and learning, and then taking everything I learn to constantly reinvent myself. I tell people all the time, we work with brands and we work with products. I am a brand and I am a product, and I need to constantly reevaluate my skills and reevaluate my fit for purpose, my own fit for purpose, and am I marketable? And so my most important thing that was ever taught to me was actually by my professor, and he said, every day in class, innovate or evaporate, like evolve or extinct, adapt or die. And he said it in all different ways. And on our final exam, the last question was, what's the one thing I told you every day? That's the only thing he wanted us to take away. And so if you weren't in class and you weren't paying attention, then that's how important it was to him. And I feel that way. I am so different today than I was yesterday or the day before or the day before or the year before. I'm so different than I was 25 years ago. And the skills that I need are different, and they're going to be different again tomorrow. And so the most important thing I can tell people is to view themselves as a product and a brand, and continually evolve my own skills to be what the profession needs me to be. And that happens through curiosity, through listening, through reading, and through finding time not to just do the work that's in front of me, but to invest in my own knowledge set. Yeah. So everybody really needs to do that. And then beyond that, never ask anybody to do anything you won't do yourself, right? So, that's probably, I'm a servant leader. I'm not afraid to say that. Some people like, oh, you need to be whatever kind of leader. I am a servant leader. I love to serve. I love to serve this profession. I love to serve my team, my members. And so there's no job that's too big, no job that's too small. Yeah. So that's been the couple mantras for me as a leader.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
We're all projects in process.
Yeah, we are. If we do two things, if we make the people around us look smart for being around us and make their lives easier for being around us, then we've succeeded. Yeah. If we make their jobs harder, if we make our clients' jobs harder, if we make them look stupid, then we're going to struggle. But if we make their jobs easier and we make them look smart, we will have succeeded in every interaction. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Melanie, thank you for your time and the chat. It was really great. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks. You. Yeah. Thank you.